Sego Sewa Guego, it's gonna go aga. Kathy Brant Young Yucks, Waxka Rewage, Ginyak Gahaga Gandage. So my name is Grandmother Kathy Brant, and I am from Tyndaniga Mohawk Territory, and I am Bear Clan, and I am one of 10 children who grew up in a little house at the edge of Deseronto. And so we lived in Deseronto because I had a great grandfather who sold his rights as a Mohawk person, and so that meant that we could not live on reserve. And so I apparently you could do this. You could sell your rights as a Mohawk person if you wanted to hold rank in the armed forces, if you wanted to get an education beyond grade 8, you had to sell your rights as a Mohawk person. If you wanted to find work, find employment off reserve, you had to sell your rights as a Mohawk person. And if you wanted to enter a drinking establishment that sold alcohol, you had to sell your rights as a Mohawk person. And this was called the enfranchisement legislation by the Canadian government. And so that ended in 1985. But it took a lot of people away from the reserve and feeling less than as Mohawk people. So anyways, I went to the very white school in Deseronto, and there were only 2 really brown Indigenous families that went there, and the other family that attended had a young girl who was disabled. She had a limp for a walk. She had a cleft palate, and she had a hair lip, and so she was picked on constantly. And so as I saw this happen, I chose to be a helper for her, and so I arranged it so the school ground kids would come and get me if anyone was picking on this little girl, and so I would come and help her. And so I grew to be very tough. And very muscular when I was going to public school. And so I learned to be an advocate at a very young age, and have taken those qualities into my adult life, and now even in my older age, I'm still doing it as the Indigenous Community Development Worker for Kingston Community Health Centers, and loving my work, and so that's a part of that. Yeah, well, thank you.